Hi, I'm James and thanks for tuning in to eBuyer. In this video, I'll be taking a look at the ASUS VivoBook, a powerful 14-inch laptop that's perfect for going back to school, college or university. Great for content consumption with a full HD 14-inch display. And with fast SSD storage, this is sure to be a pretty powerful package all around. Let's take a look. Nicely does it then. So in the box, we've simply got our power adapter in two parts with a really compact, super small power brick, and then actually the VivoBook itself. So if we go ahead and just open this up, you've got some protective film as well, just to keep the screen safe in transit from the keyboard. Nicely done. And the actual laptop itself. First impressions are pretty good. It is super lightweight, which makes it great, especially on the portability side of things. Taking this between home and an office or home and a university, for example, is going to be A-OK. Looks like as well we've got some Harman Kardon speakers built in, so we'll test those out when it comes to content consumption later. With a keyboard that's pretty chiclety, feels quite nice and would be good for typing on over prolonged periods of time. As ever, before we turn it on, let's just take a quick peruse at the I/O and connectivity. So on the right hand side, we've got a pair of USB type A ports, followed by a micro SD card reader and some indicator LEDs for your hard drive and the battery charge. On the left hand side of the notebook, we've got a headphone mic combo jack, so a headset connection, great for plugging in something for a Zoom call, for example, or just for music consumption in general, followed by a super speed USB type C port with nice quick speeds and a USB 3 type A port. You've also got a HDMI connector for plugging up to an external monitor or a television, super useful to have on any notebook really, followed by your standard power adapter. As I say, the notebook feels super compact. Aesthetically, the laptop looks pretty good. We've got this chiclet keyboard with dedicated arrow keys, no room of course for a number pad in the more compact form factor, with a trackpad that feels quite glassy in terms of its finish and nice to use over longer periods. I think there's only really one way to test the notebook out though, and that's actually to get it booted up, see what the screen's like, do a couple of typing tests, as well as test the speakers as well for overall content consumption. With the notebook booted up, there's a couple of key tests we always run through here on the eBuyer channel when it comes to testing out a laptop. We're running first of all this HDR video to really get a sense of the image quality of this display. The crisp, sharp 1080p panel looks good, colours look nice, colour reproduction looks pretty accurate. All in all, it's just a very pleasant experience, which allows this notebook to be great not only for sort of work and productivity, but also for a little bit of content consumption. Jumping over into the music test, and it's all good having great video if the sound is not up to par. Let's drop the volume right down, play one of our favourite tracks, and just build the volume up slightly on these Harman Kardon speakers. Not too bad so far, that's around half volume. About 3/4 volume now as well. All the way up to full, still sounding good, no distortion. Currently at the breakdown of the song, so as the song builds up, actually sounds really good, really crisp, really clear. Obviously not too much low end, but that's down to the small form factor. The highs don't seem too distorted. As far as laptop speakers go, these are actually really very good. So we've established then that the screen looks good and the speakers sound pretty good as well. But what about the included webcam? A really important feature, of course, in 2021 and beyond, in an age of Zoom calls and team meetings virtually. I'm going to actually set the notebook to record and just spin it round onto my face so you guys can get a good idea of the kind of video quality to expect. You're now looking at the feed from the webcam on the VivoBook and also listening to the audio quality of the included built-in microphone. It looks crisp and it's going to work great for Microsoft Teams or Google Meet calls or Zoom or whatever your preferred platform is. And for students going back to school or university, it allows you to join into virtual lessons or onto online platforms with absolute ease. The camera's a really great addition and looks pretty good in my opinion, adding to a well-rounded package with a good screen and some good speakers. But there is one more thing we need to test out, and that is the keyboard. How is this notebook to type on day in, day out, completing essays or work or Word documents, whatever it might be? Let's take a look. The last major test then of the VivoBook is actually a typing test. This is important because it allows us to analyse just how good the keyboard is included on the Vivo notebook. So we're going to run through the typing test. Of course, my speed will vary to yours, but it gives us a good indication of what the keyboard's like in terms of general usability. Here we go, moment of truth time. There were a few sort of false inputs from me there, but overall it felt pretty good. The keys are more compact compared to some other devices out there, but that's because of the form factor. And boom, 79 words per minute or 77 words per minute when accounting for a 97% accuracy rate with just 2 typos in a single minute. That is not a bad effort. That's more than a word a second as well, which is really, really great in terms of the overall typing experience. And I think the typing really gives us an insight into this notebook's overall sort of summary. It really is a great all-rounder with plenty of power under the hood from its Intel processor to fast SSD storage. The VivoBook is going to be awesome, whether it's work, content consumption, or of course going back to school, university, or college. You can learn more about the VivoBook and the entire ASUS range at ebuyer.com, linked in the description of this YouTube video. I've been James, this has been eBuyer, thanks for tuning in, and as always, we'll see you soon.